Welcome back. You're watching Business Morning on Channels Television. We'll start this particular segment now with a focus on commodities, domestic commodities prices. And we see that in the last couple of days since the relaunch of the interbank foreign exchange market and the Naira has strengthened, we've seen also an improvement in market prices. Let's talk to Ada Akonobi, who is a senior investment officer with Financial Derivatives Company, to get a clearer sense of where the market is at the moment. Good morning to you, Ada.
Good morning, Harriet.
It's great to have you on the program. So, well, since the last time we had conversations, we've seen a lot of, up and downs in the market. Just give us a sense of where the market is at the moment.
So now with the new forex policy, with the new floating naira, what we have now is that there's now easy access and availability of dollar. So the days of uncertainty and speculation are over. So that's, slowly easing away. So what that means is that there's going to be a reduced pressure, or rather panic attack, on when am I going to get the dollar to import most commodities. And you can see that is already reflecting in the price of commodities that are exchange rate sensitive. For example, diesel, for example, rice. We see diesel prices are now trending, sliding downwards to about 175 to 180 naira per litre. That could be, we know that in the past that importers were switching to buying for petrol because of the higher margins, but now increased demand as well due to poor electricity. But now in the month of June, with the excess rain, and the average temperature in May was about 32 degrees, and now temperature is about 26 degrees. So demand for diesel will actually reduce as before, so that's why you have prices trending downwards. That is why most commodity prices are trending downwards now, because the pressure, panic buying are all slowly fading away.
But has there been improvement in consumer demand?
Now consumers are not panicking anymore, like I said earlier, because they can easily, if they need to go to the bank to get, there's that whole panic, uncertainty, dollar availability, is literally eased out. So there's reduced demand and there's now enough supply in the market. But then we still have to understand that there's some determinants for a stronger currency. And if you have a weak trade balance, and if you have our forex reserves declining, we don't know how long this is going to go on for. We know that the currency at the parallel market has appreciated to about 335 naira per dollar. So that's an appreciation. And the naira at the interbank market is trading. It's a thin trade. It's traded between 280 to 282. So these are developments in the very short run, but however, in the long run, with our negative trade balance and our declining forex, we don't know how long this is going to last for, because the currency now is prone to external shocks of developments in the global market. And it would also interest you that in the Q1 import, Nigeria imported PMS. The total import for PMS was about 15%, and wheat was about 2.9%, and raw sugar was about 1.6%. So if you kind of reduce the pressure that we put on our forex reserves and try and grow these things internally, that would, reduce the amount we spend on our import bill. And again, the allocation of our budget to agriculture sector is relatively poor. In the budget for 2016, the agricultural sector got about just 1.5% of the total budget. Gambia got about 10%, Burundi got about 13%, Malawi actually got about 27%, and Ghana got about 20%. So you can see they're investing heavily in the agricultural sector, and that means for every Nigerian, we have about 430 naira, that we get in terms of agricultural activity. So, and now what we need to do is try and see if we can encourage long-term private sector investment in the sector, so we can, not depend on importing a lot of food and being more self-sufficient and being competitive in the global market.
But in this very short term, have we seen a pickup in local manufacturing?
Production is still relatively flat. And again, what we're trying to look for now, like I said, there are some commodities that are exchange rate sensitive and those that are not exchange rate sensitive. So we have the harvest season coming up towards the end of the third quarter and beginning of the fourth quarter. So we would have more products that are domestically produced. There's going to be more products out there.
So we have things picking up.
Yes.
Consumer demand is also picking up as well. What is your near-term outlook for the market?
Well, for now, we'd expect prices to actually slide as it is right now, because of there's now dollar availability. But then in the very long term, we don't know where the dollar is going to trend, so that might affect the prices of commodities that are exchange rate sensitive.
And I thank you so much for coming on the program this morning, of course, and also sending in those figures for us to chew over. Ada Konobi is a senior investment officer with financial derivatives company.